Oh, I always remember the hot bowl of onion beef porridge he cooked himself and brought to my bed when I was sick. At times like that, my heart felt so moved. I looked at him smiling as he spoke and felt tears welling up in my eyes. Who brought the starling to the sky, let us state, and endured the bitter words? Who caused the north and south to diverge, let two lines of tears flood my body? What do people think when reading those 4 very old verses? As for me, I feel the spirituality spreading in them. I read and understand that in this life, there will always be things that happen beyond our wishes, meaning we want them to, but things just end up like that, in a different direction than we expected. Our thoughts. And we are forced to accept that whether we are satisfied or not, whether we are happy or sad, as people often say, it is God's will, so we must follow it. I don't know if you and I, my first love, my man, the father of my son now, knowing each other, loving each other, coming together is according to God's will or not. It's because we loved each other that we became husband and wife, and then we became husband and wife. I only know that we have both had a small family of our own for 20 years. From the time our hair was still green until now, we have had a lot of gray hair, but we are still together. Are a happy couple. And after 20 years like that, we have had moments of laughter and tears together that each of us will remember forever. I met him on the first day I came to the company to get a job. I always remember the dark blue uniform he was wearing at that time, and his big, strong hands were covered in oil because he was repairing a pump. After that, he and I got to know each other and became really close, like first friends. Then we fell in love. After about 2 years, we decided to move in together. I remember a lot of that house. It was our first house, a dormitory-style house on the first floor of an old apartment building, but we spent more than 5 years there with a lot of memories. Smile and be happy. My brother and I were always busy working, and each of us was eager to work to make money and save for the next day, so it took more than 3 years for us to have a child. Then when our child was born, my husband and I had new happiness, even though we were much busier, due to both shift work and taking care of our children. I always remember his hair on his wedding day because it looked so funny. Do you know why? Because he was worried about renovating and repainting the house. His hair was covered in white paint, it looked like gray hair. Make everyone laugh. Many people even teased him that he was worried about marrying a wife whose hair was already gray. If he married another woman, he would probably have even more gray hair. I remember the most when I gave birth. He went to work and ran around to take care of me and my baby. I always remember his eyes sparkling with joy when he held the child in his arms, and when the child was sick, he was always by my side to help me take care of the child so that I could have more time to rest and regain my strength. I always remember the hot bowl of beef and onion porridge he cooked himself and brought to my bed when I was sick. At times like that, my heart felt so moved. I looked at him smiling as he spoke and felt tears welling up in my eyes. It seems like I have shared about you many times, my first man, my first love of my life. Our life together doesn't have too many ups and downs and storms, although there are times like this or that, sometimes calm and sometimes turbulent, with flickering waves, but in each of our hearts we always think about each other and always have each other. Is always. I remember the most and remember the many times we went out with him, from the years we were together until now. I can't remember all the times we were together like that. On an old but loving motorbike. The motorbike is also my companion and understands the most of my tears and laughter, my small but extremely warm happiness. I love going out like that countless times, and there are other roads, all the roads of this small coastal city that we have witnessed and cried and laughed with just the two of us. Especially the sea route, and both you and I are very similar, we both love the sea very much. I remember the days when he worked far away from home, Sometimes he came back once a month, sometimes longer, but he often texted and called to ask questions and encourage me to take care of me in his own way. I see him far away but somehow always so close to me, like his breath still lingers on our familiar bed, like his hand is still very warm when holding it. My hand, while hugging me. We shared a lot of tears and laughter like that, along with the years our children were growing up. And now that you have gone to work, our phone calls and conversations always include your image, always miss you, and always have love. My love for you is limitless. I remember and like his guitar sound the most. I often jokingly say that when he is away from home, the guitar will be very sad. I like to hear his senior's voice ringing softly with so many burning emotions in it. And I also remember you often said that you liked that song the most, the song Afternoon in My Homeland. I listened to his guitar sound and thought it was the best guitar sound I had ever heard. Then I also heard him sing. Even though he never sang the whole song, I still enjoyed listening to it. I love him the most for being a simple and honest person, serious and full of love and responsibility towards everyone. Because everyone who talks about him says so, he is gentle, he is likable, he is thoughtful and dedicated to his work. I want to send to you again the love, tears, and laughter that we both shared, mine and yours.